to set, but he might have it.
No!
Peels off. Gonna have to try that again, and that's the brutal part about this course.
Oh, yeah, that's the double-edged sword, definitely. The good with the bad on the retry system. You do get another shot, but if you fall near the end, you basically have to do the obstacle twice. But I think Noah might be able to beat this. It'd be nice to see some success here early on. Climbing up. Let's see, what's he gonna do here? I could see him trying this again. I mean, this really is like a boulder problem. Like a V5 kind of boulder problem where you have to campus near the end. Like, this is
build the swing, and he's gonna catch it this time. Finally, someone's gonna get through this obstacle. Took 4 runners. Noah Comarmac now. Taking some time on some balance. Gets to kind of rest his hands for a little bit before using this tick-tock to come straight into a cliffhanger on the windshield whip. Now, we've seen a lot of peels from our athletes who have tried this. The trick is not to jump at it. You want to get more air time. You want to go up so you can absorb the actual hold when you catch it.
It's got a decent amount
Just
of
like
swing.
That. Oh, a little too far backward, but he's still got that second retry.
Yeah, from here on out, will have to be perfect, but still, you can't fail the same obstacle twice, so rule still holding up. Man, it's just the little things that can really redefine a course like this. Yes!
All right, there's the catch this time around. Noah making a good push here. Doesn't have a lot of time. Definitely not going to be able to clear, but he might be able to get to this final obstacle if he cleans up his swings.
Almost there. Yes!
Nicely done. And that is going to do it for Noah. But giving us a promising start to our wave here.
Yeah, that technique on the vertical limits might be the way to go if you have the proper grip strength. From one Comarmac to another, we have Logan. Let's see, I don't expect any of these early things to be an issue. It's just a way to kind of warm up before you get to this point where it just completely throws you for a loop. Oh, going for a kind of low approach here, though. Is this the right play? No, he goes back. Going from a little higher of an angle, but cutting the feet as he... No. This really is like a rock climbing problem. Oh, especially with that stretch out. That is brutal. Okay, going in for seconds. Got to get it on this go. Hopefully can close this out.
Nice drop. Ooh, feet slip off, but he's safe. But you know that every time his feet come off, it puts more stress on the hands before the super difficult part of this obstacle.
Reaching his feet up, gotta stretch out. Maybe this technique only valid for the people who have the wingspan and the height. Oh, but he does make the crossover.
Is he gonna go for a match and pop, or is he gonna try and swing? Yeah.
Oh, this is not gonna be easy. Even with that beta, it definitely relies on the height and that is just not going to be easy, no matter which way you put it.
Well, Logan putting up a solid run on the back half of these obstacles. It's a shame it doesn't officially count.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might have a little extra time going into this. But it is what it is. Trying to figure it out. That was the right approach. Oh, hits him on the shoulder. Just walks it off, though. He'll be fine. Logan, though. Still a great run, even after the fact on those vertical limits. It's just going to come down to that move. I think that's going to be tough for our athletes to surmount here. Brandon Johnson out of Power Parkour. We've seen a couple athletes from that gym so far. At least I think that's Power Parkour. Probably is based on the purple.
Well, it looks like he's going for the skip. I don't know if that's faster given the amount of swings that he's taking. But he does the skip nonetheless.
I don't know. It sure does look cool, though. So, yay for style points. Hopefully he's got a plan here, though. Oh, he spills over!
Wow. So he's only going to have one attempt on this obstacle as opposed to the potential 2 that other athletes are getting.
So I hope he has this mapped out. I don't know, though. This... No! The tilt! That's another part of the obstacle. Yeah, massive bummer. Brandon. He can get on the balance, though. I mean, from a gym called Power Parkour, you'd hope to see it, but... Brandon finding that ledge.
Oh,
what? Went a little too fast for his own good.
I think he caught the wrong side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the front and back are sloped off there.
Yeah, no, these hatchets are going to be tough, too.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? They really upped the ante with, I mean, I would say 2 extra crux points. Possibly, I would say. The clip tilt and the windshield whip, and the hatchets are still really difficult. It's just, it's a drop from really, really difficult to really difficult. And you have the other 2 obstacles to contend with. This is an absolutely insane course. And it is going to take an incredible athlete to beat it. David, though, going fast. This is the fastest time to make it here, but I would like to see him get through it.
Alright, getting nice and high up. Oh, doesn't know how he's going to grip it. Yeah, that's the tricky part. You have to know exactly how you're going to approach these obstacles. Even if you end up falling, it's better than changing your mind out of uncertainty.
Yeah, no, definitely. David climbing up for seconds. Does he have it? Almost trying to grip the side like a book, but can't hold on. Was trying to almost twist his hand around, but I don't think the ledge was on that side. Oh, had a lot of height there. I don't know if he could have caught that because it would have been a crazy drop. David looking good here, though, for what it's worth. Okay, one more obstacle. Again, these hatchets are still really, really hard. Or, well, just one, really. Oh, yeah, and you can see that. It's a great test of the vertical grip. David gonna set those hatchets down and hit that buzzer. Still, though, a great effort out of David there. Let's see. Up next, I believe, is going to be Graden Leachch. Is that Coach Darian with the hat?
I believe it is.
All right, he's on the move, representing the New York Ninja Academy. A lot of ninjas from that gym definitely know how to go fast. And he's made it there in due time. That does put him in 4th, though. So if he really wants to make some leeway here, you know, making it through obviously would be a preferable outcome. Cuts the feet, but... Oh. Drops down. I wonder what could have caused that. Maybe he grabbed in a spot he didn't mean to grab. Or wasn't supposed to. I don't know. But that drop was way cleaner. By the looks of it, you are not allowed to wrap around that tilting board. Almost tried to grab it like a cliff, and that's going to do it for Graden's run. It's such a tough obstacle. You can really burn through both of your attempts on that obstacle just like that. Makes it to the platform. Honestly, going really fast after the fact. It's just a matter of these really, really difficult obstacles. Graden, nice, skipping forward. Ooh, this is pretty good. But it's so tough to make that final move. Still, though, one of the best attempts we've seen on the hatchets yet. And again, great pace out of Graden. I wonder how he will perform on the flow course. Well, I guess we'll see in due time. Benjamin Catz. Benjamin off to the races, speeding through the early parts. I mean, it's pretty easy, I would say. I mean, I have the saying, if it's easy, everyone would doing it, or everyone would be doing it, and everyone is doing it. So it really comes down to this, where it goes from relatively easy, he pushes it forward. Now, that was a technique I thought about, but it probably is pretty impractical to do it, given you cannot touch the board. Ooh, Benjamin! Get on the board. Come on, Benjamin. Coming up. Trying to stay kind of parallel to it, but oh! He almost touched down on the ground, but the ref will not call it. He is safe, but he only has one try at this. and he just can't do it. This is tough. Well, Benjamin almost through the course. Again, our athletes are actually doing really good. And he makes the catch. Nice, Benjamin. It was a big drop there, but he made it work. Again, working on the fly, that's what being a ninja typically has you endure. Nice little pop there from 2 to 3 down to the hatchets, but I think he is either going to call it or he's out of time. He's going to do it for Benjamin's run. We are done with the first 10 runs. Only one athlete has even come close to the end of the challenge course here. What's your thoughts here, Kane?
All right, now Eli Monroe popping his way through. Already very quickly through those first 4 obstacles. Wow, feet dropping down a little bit. And you know, he has the reach. I don't know why he went so low. He tried to go for a more dynamic move. And dynamic moves with vertical limits don't typically go very well.
Yeah, it was almost like a dino.
All right, second attempt, now using that reach, but didn't get enough. See, here's the big thing. Kane, you spent this whole stream comparing it to a bouldering problem, a climbing problem. And, you know, when you climb, you also got to use your legs. And a lot of our athletes are keeping their legs really far down low. It makes the move to the vertical limit much harder. Let's say start, you know, climbing up, getting your footholds up. Now, Eli clearly has the grip for it, and then he just kind of bailed. Oh, you know, he is number 10 of 50, and we've currently only seen one person make it past that obstacle.
Yeah, it's tough. It really is. Like, in climbing terminology, you want to stick close to the wall as well. Typically,
Yes.
if your lower body is just dangling, you're losing a lot of energy that you could be using. But Eli's looking pretty good here. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, I'm not expecting too many clears given this early forecast of the course.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about is that, I mean, 10 runs down, only one person through. The lineup will get better with time, but I don't know. This is a tough course. Really, really tough. And I'm going to say it probably for the rest of the stream.
All right, well, now Benjamin Haber is coming out of what looks like the movement lab in New Jersey. Wow, very fast because he knows he needs to be. That's going to put him in second right now. The only way he could get any higher is if he beats this obstacle. And honestly, that's the type of urgency that you're going to need to run with to get yourself higher up on the leaderboard. Because you never know how many people are actually going to make it through this obstacle. Good use of the feet there. Now for a reach. He's going to match and go. Benjamin Haber, number 2 through this obstacle. Now he's currently still in second place as Noah Comarmac has made it to the hatchets. But Benjamin Haber about a minute 11 seconds ahead of his time.
Yeah,
So
he
if he
one-shotted
can make
that
it there,
obstacle.
you definitely are in business. Trying to gauge, jumping up to that cliff. Didn't have the height there that he needed. All right, pushing off again. has to get it here to keep the run alive. And he does. Should be good to go. Coming into piston lane, he's going to chalk up a little bit.
Still a minute
Still
ahead
a minute
of
17.
Noah.
And he's going to give him his way through. Perfectly done. Popping into first place right now. Still has time and a retry in his back pocket for the hatchets. But of course, you want to get through this in one go. You want to be out of the woods as soon as possible. Just trying to map his route out.
Especially that final move. But he's got to get there first. Benjamin,
Ooh, holding his lock right there. Yep, he's going to ditch one of the hatchets now to reach over for that cliff on the edge. Now for the one-arm cliff pull up to the trapeze. Hits it. Has 37 seconds left. So time will not be a factor. It'll just be down to energy and technique.
Oh, man. He was so close. The trapeze was moving. Breezing through it, though.
All right, now for where he fell before, and he goes 0 for 2, unfortunately. That is going to end his run, but gives us a real close look at the buzzer. Pretty optimistic. Now, we really did just come in all like, oh, I don't know, and then Benjamin Haber really showed us up here.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a layer of uncertainty to it because that vertical limit is a serious, serious test. The windshield whip not helping matters, but with hitting that trapeze twice, a buzzer definitely not impossible.
Exactly. Now, Gunnar Benedict's trying to be smooth through here. He's going to find himself in 5th place. Perhaps feels a little confident. Oh, stepped on that bearing part of the cliff tilt. You are not allowed to use that, only the holds. So that's actually going to cost him a retry.
Stalker's only going to get one shot at this vertical limit move. Hopefully he has it mapped out. He's going to dyno!
Oh. You know, I like the vision there. It just is one of those where, again, I think he was too low. Just a little bit. Could have been a little higher. But there is such a thing as too high on that obstacle as well. If you're too high up, there is a very high chance that you can hit your head and or just not have the right angle to connect. Nice skip out. He's going to link his way through. One little backswing before the dismount.
Dude, Gunnar is killing it right now. If only he got through that obstacle, this would be one of the fastest times to this point.
Oh, man. Here we go. Come on. Gunnar. So close. And so it really does come down to now, like, there is going to be a big strategy implemented. Do you want to rush through these first 4 obstacles, or do you want to take your time to ensure that you have the strategy and the energy needed for the cliff tilt? Or are you confident enough to do all of the above? That's something that our athletes are going to have to decide as they're stepping up to the starting block.
Gunnar actually giving it another go. Yeah, as you can see, all the speed he was taking through this course definitely caught up after that first miss on the hatchets.
Well, I will say as well, when you're going fast and trying to be efficient and maintain a quick breathing pattern and stay at a good pace, a fall can throw that off so much. It slows down your adrenaline, it slows down your heart rate, and that's when the fatigue will start to set in. Sometimes it's better to just keep going. We'll see what approach Emilio Alvarez Falk takes. Coming out of the Brooklyn Ninja Academy, or New York City Ninja Academy, sorry. All right. Smooth moves there.
Yep, caught
Moving
Coach
briskly, but not at the fastest pace here.
I mean, maybe Amelia knows something we don't.
You know, I would love to see another clear on this obstacle. Perhaps Emilio can be number 3.
Lost the feet, but he was so high that he had no risk of really dabbing the ground.
All right, grabs that first ledge, got to turn around and reach the second.
Digging deep
He
here.
looks like he's going to have to pop and go. Yeah, you could see the lockoffs really start to fade away. His arm started to straighten. Not a good sign when it comes to a strength-intensive obstacle like the vertical limit.
Kind of tucking in, trying to go with the flow there on that drop. Does he have anything left for attempt numero dos?
All right. Got to be efficient with the swings here. Should have reached, gave out. And that's going to do it for his official run. He's going to keep going through the rest of the course. Cliff tilt takes another victim.
Brutal obstacle. We've only seen, what, 2 athletes get through it? It's been a brutal stopping point. And so early on in the course. It's only obstacle 5 of 10.
All right. Nice use of the second hook there, and he's reaching right out. Utilizing that wingspan a little bit. Oh, and it just comes out and gets out the way so the hatchet doesn't crush him. He is all wrapped up. Emilio gave it everything he had.
Definitely. Yeah, we've seen a lot of attempts from the hatchets to smack our competitors, but James Anderley hopefully won't get smacked. Maybe he'll be our first finisher. He's looking strong out of the gate.
Well, as we said, you do want to race over. Oh, no, he didn't pull on that ring. He was probably going to be the fastest to that point, and still finds himself as the fastest to that point in terms of the people who have not cleared cliff tilt. So he's in 3rd for now. That would have been even faster.
Stretching out here, though. Is this the play? He's onto that first, second now.
Got a pull back, pop. Nice catch. James Anderley, gonna be our 3rd athlete through the cliff tilt.
Nice. Chalking up before.
A little bit of chalk before the windshield whip here.
Oh, that's
pretty much not a problem for him.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
Not off and jump straight into piston lane.
Yeah, we're ready.
He's now 30 seconds ahead of Benjamin Haber's pace. Puts him in 1st place for right now. He's got 2 minutes or so and 2 attempts on the hatchets if he needs it. You see his coach there on the sideline giving him a little bit of advice on how to map out his route. His coach just so happens to be the best ninja in the world, Jackson Erdos.
Yeah, he's in good company here. Unlike the adult division, once you get onto that second board, the moves are pretty straightforward. It's just the amount of physical strength you need to do them. That's what makes it tough.
Doesn't fully connect, and he's spinning. Uses that to his advantage, though. I like it. Now for the big one-arm cliff pull up to the trapeze. Not a lock off there.
Yeah,
really got to already be at a lock off.
Was also grabbing really high on the hatchet. I don't know if he could have reached it that way. You kind of have to grab on the end of the handle there so it can, you know, dig into the trapeze.
Very good point, very good point. Now you can see James is trying to strategize here before he uses any more grip strength. Trying to keep a steady swing, but he's going side to side. He needs to be going forward and backward. Once again, using the spin to his advantage. And now we're back. He's going to need to pull with that left arm and just doesn't have it. A good attempt. Gonna put him in first place for right now. 1:02 to the final obstacle from James Anderley.
Yeah, great effort there. Yeah, I liked the strategy he did there, chalking up before the agility discs, because it still let him charge up some run to the TikTok. Smart move out of James there. We will move into Evan Weaver.
All right. Evan now, looking very smooth and steady. Ooh, a bit of a hard landing there, but he's all right. Finds himself in 12th place ahead of the cliff tilt. This might be his current placement, just depending on how he handles this obstacle.
Going high. Ooh, got his leg up as well.
I like the idea of hooking your foot in. I wouldn't use the long ledge. I would use the hold that is to the right of it. He gets the reach. Can we get it? Come on, he's got to go now or his grip gives out. Come on. Evan Weaver, wow. And you know what? Maybe we're finally at that point where things are going to turn around on that obstacle. But no, a fall on the vault rails.
Yeah, he spilled to the left, and you can't really do that. If you spill to the right, see, that step is angled to the right. So you can save it pretty easily, but the left, there's not much you can do.
There we go. Cleans it up the second time around. I mean, when you're so top heavy from being focused on upper body obstacles, it does make you top heavy. And that can absolutely throw off your balance there.
Yeah, balance, the great
we also
equalizer.
Saw a second fall on windshield whip right here, so that is it for Evans' retries. Has to be perfect throughout the rest of the course, which could be tough because that means if or when he gets the hatchets, he's only got one attempt.
Oh, no. But first he had to get through the windshield whip and can't quite cross the distance. It's going to do it, but still has two more obstacles in front of him.
Well, quick work of piston lane, no surprises there. Evans going to be sitting in 4th place right now. First person to fall on an obstacle that isn't the 5th or 10th obstacle in this division.
For what it's worth, I think the windshield whip is the sneaker third.
Oh, totally. Yeah. You have to be exact with your positioning in the air. And you only have so much time to make those adjustments when you're in the air.
That's it for Evans' run. Still though, one of the few today to make it through the cliff tilt, and we actually got a send train going on the cliff tilt. 2 in a row have done it, so that's a good sign.
Taking a little break, I think, for obstacle reset. There is your current leaderboard. Evan Weaver, who just ran, finds himself in 4th place. We have our 3 athletes who made it to the final obstacle in those top 3 spots. Still have 34 runners to go, folks.
Yep, that does seem to be the case. Man, this is a tough course, though. It's brutal. Like, the most brutal I think I've seen. Well, besides the Elite Division, I would say. But I haven't had a good look at that one personally. Also, the Elite Division, definitely more size to the task. Those are moves that the Elite Division definitely more familiar with. I don't think it's too mean to say that, you know, the Elite Division definitely more familiar with moves like that, like the vertical limit, crazy hatchet moves. You know, that tech is right in their game, but we got another competitor on the field right now.
Yes, McCoy Ditmer out of Ninja Logic. Or no, sorry, that's a center court jersey. Wait.
Yeah, but he says his home gym is Dexterity Depot, so it's a little confusing.
That is probably not McCoy then. That is probably the next runner in the run order. Jaden Santiago.
Oh. Sorry, Jaden.
So we'll get those graphics updated for y'all in just a bit. But Jaden, a little slip off. Gonna chalk up here. You'll notice that the timer for challenge courses are frozen until it is time for the obstacle to be attempted again. It allows us to not have to penalize athletes for obstacle resets. Now, Jaden, a little taller, so he's going to try and use that reach, but he doesn't get it. Leg placement, super important there. I think his legs were a little too low.
Yeah, it was really stretched out. And it's hard to make a move like that. Again, in climbing, you have to have your legs kind of up. Body positioning, very, very important.
Well, McCoy is going to be using the last of his reach here to push right through.
Jaden, I think this is Jaden.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
I even said it was Jaden. I'm sorry, Jaden. Oh no, a little stumble on the hatchets there. Yep.
Yeah,
you can check the bottom right of your
graphic
screen there. It's got Jaden marked. We just have to change the name cards later, but Jaden's gonna give it another attempt since he had a little spill on that first run on the hatchets. Now, leverage, so important there. There's only a very tiny pocket that these hatchets are in, so you really have to be applying a lot of pressure to ensure that those hatchets stay where they need to stay.
And he barely dodges the hatchet. Good thing the hatchets have been making many attempts to bop our competitors on the head, but no one's been hit yet, so we're doing okay. Good attempt out of Jaden, though.
All right, now I believe we have McCoy.
Yeah, the Dexterity Depot jersey, that does check out.
Well, never mind. We might just not have McCoy, period. I believe this is Adam Clifford, his teammate from Dexterity.
Oh.
So McCoy
right.
might be enough, though.
That's all right. Adam. Yeah, just trying to get caught up.
Graphics for y'all real quick. Adam getting iced right now, the term we use when an athlete has to wait at the starting block due to some sort of external factor. For this right now, just waiting on those graphics to be updated. Being iced can be tough, you know, trying to stay warm, trying to stay loose, trying to not let the nerves get to you when you're staring the course down the barrel of the gun. You know, it can be tricky and it can be nerve-wracking, but the ability to stay composed is so important in those situations.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, even in my experience, when I'm waiting for the ref to, you know, start the 3, 2, 1, go signal, it can be nerve-wracking. It's like, I think us competitors, we all feel a collective urge, like, come on, let me go, let me go.
All right. This is McCoy. All right. So McCoy Ditmer now going to take his shot at the course. Okay. Very swiftly through. Going to get a nice pull back. Well done. Utilizing that top hold is probably best. If your legs are super low, you're extending your body a lot. So avoiding that is very smart now. McCoy's trying to figure out how he needs to grip this ledge. You can hear him talking to his coach, Tim Dexter, on the sideline.
Oh, he's not too sure how to scramble
He's
this.
shaking his head, too. He doesn't look very comfortable with it.
Yeah, I think with the vertical limit, no matter which way you stretch it, you're never going to be comfortable on it. Oh!
Peels right off. Gonna take a retry here. Alright, McCoy now. Still has 2 minutes on the clock. 7th place right now. Makes him the 3rd fastest person to not clear this obstacle yet. And again, time to this obstacle is going to be so crucial moving forward. Still 30-something athletes coming after McCoy. So, you want to be quick. All right.
It does some sort of... The drop wasn't the problem, though. It was up to this ledge that caused him turmoil. He gets further than he did before, though. McCoy.
He's got to get it in 1 or 2 swings. Yes, McCoy. The real McCoy. Here we go. 2-stepping over those vault rails. Way to make the adjustment on the 2nd attempt here. Now he's on windshield whip, which I would agree with you, Kane. This is the sleeper pick for Ninja Killer.
Oh, but he makes it.
Not a problem for McCoy, though. Flashes that move.
Now, down on his time, though, he probably will only have 1 good attempt at the hatchets. But we'll see.
Now, I'm seeing some bent arms here. That's good. It means that he still has a little bit of gas left in the tank for the hatchets. But as you were saying, only 1 good attempt before time's going to run out. He's got 15 seconds, which means he really has to go now. 10-second lights are now flashing.
I dropped that hatchet, though.
Did that 2nd hatchet in favor of the cliffhanger. And it's going to be all in vain because time is up for McCoy. But you know what? 3rd place right now for him. He's going to see if he can get this. Oh, good try.
Maybe he's going to try a skip. I don't know if the ledge is too far. It's tough to see from that angle. But it probably is. I think we're going to see.
Yeah, McCoy is in 3rd, and we're going to kick it back to the start line for Adam Clifford, another athlete out of Dexterity. Just saw his teammate perform pretty well. So, ideally, you know, they've compared notes. You can see they have the same coach right there, Tim Dexter. going to come down to execution here for Adam.
Lift off Adam on the move. Nice pull. I mean, I don't expect any of these obstacles to be too tough. It's just a matter of getting through them.
All right, he's good, but has to make sure that he's not touching any part of the black with his hands, and he's all right.
Ruled incidental, that's okay.
I like the heel hook. I like the heel hook that I'm seeing. There we go. He should be able to crush this. That was about as good as it gets. I think that's the strongest and fastest attempt on that obstacle we've seen today.
Still about 2 seconds behind James, but still a noteworthy run. I mean, any attempt where you see someone get past that first obstacle, or not that first obstacle, you know, the first crux point.
Yep. All right, nice catch as well on windshield whip. He's going to ask for a little bit of chalk here. Now he's on pace to have a second place run off of time, as long as he gets past piston lane. It should be doable in this swing. Easy. Now for the hatchets. If he does this, he becomes our first finisher of the division.
Yeah, and he is behind James here. Of course, if he finishes, though, that would be irrelevant. Can he do it, though? I'm trying to figure out the hatchet placement, going straight for that third little pocket there. Now the cliff.
All right. At the final move here. No one's made the move up the ledge. Yep, you have to have a bent arm. You're gonna. It's not a swing motion necessarily. There is distance, but you have to have a pull. That arm that is on the cliffhanger ledge needs to be bent in order to give yourself the elevation to reach the hatchet to the trapeze.
Also seemingly the leverage as well, because we see so many athletes go for that swing and so many people just peel off. And yeah, the more I see it, the swing doesn't look like the way to go.
All right. There's the lock off. I think Adam's learning, but couldn't hold it. And that's the tricky part, because not only do you have to hold that lock off, which you did, but you have to then rotate your body, basically do an elevated 180 turn up to the trapeze. That is an insane move. And, you know, Adam gave it his best, but didn't quite have it there.
No, definitely. That'll put him highly on the leaderboard, though, for what it's worth. Still a fantastic run. We're starting to see more and more success out of our athletes, but still about 20 athletes. I believe we're on 18 or 19.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think a finisher's still within the realm of possibility, but a lock-off on a cliff? Yikes. I do not envy these guys' position.
Now, while we had a couple of technical difficulties, our next athlete took to the course coming out of the Movement Lab in New Jersey. This is Sarion. And he's through the cliff tilt, starting to see it happen more frequently.
Okay, that is the smiling ninja on the sidelines. I believe his name is Clint Sarion.
All right. Should be here for the jump in just a second.
No!
Oh, he almost peeled onto the platform. You can see the frustration there, but he's all right. You can see his dad giving him some pointers there. Now, their timer is technically restarted. Or resumed, sorry. And Luke is Trying to push through. Should be good to connect here. Just comes up short, and that's going to do it for his official run. I believe that's going to put him in 4th or 5th.
Still a little strong performance. Anyone that gets past that cliff tilt should be commended.
He's going to give the hatchets a try.
Yeah, that's the thing with those hatchets that I've noticed. If you're kind of tall and you're hanging straight-armed, then you can literally touch the floor.
Yeah, we do have some pretty tall athletes in this division, so that's definitely a problem that we might see come up every now and then. Our next athlete is Nathan Abbott, coming out of Virginia.
Run number 20, by the way.
All right, made it there relatively quickly, but now it's getting to the point where, oh my goodness, a giant jolt shoots him right off of the tilt right there. But I was gonna say, we're getting to the point where clearing this obstacle won't be enough to place high. You know, the amount of people who are clearing it, that number's getting higher. So you really have to focus on clearing this obstacle and getting further in the course.
Trying to position his hands. He only has one shot at this. So whatever he's doing, he better make sure it works. No!
You know, a good effort there from Nathan, but that is gonna do it for his official run, putting him in 11th for the time being.
Right, this TikTok, I don't know if he has this one quite. No, he's building it up. Sorry, I doubted him here. Oh, it was close. Just couldn't hold on. Nathan, ooh, okay, a little whiff there, but these ledges are forgiving. That obstacle. Not easy by any means. Might be going to give it another try. I think he's low on time, though. Oh, nice lock off, but can't find the pocket in time.
Well, that's going to land him just outside the top 10. And we are officially at over 20 runs. We got 30 left. These last 30, you can only expect the skill level to go higher and higher as we get further into the wave. But anything can happen in Ninja. We're sure to see some surprising successes and falls. Let's see how Jaden Jesse fares. Lives in New York, coming out of high exposure.
Well, so far, so good. Trying to find that dismount platform. Jaden moving, just trying to test out the motions here. That's all he can do, just kind of run his own race. Let's see, trying to find a comfortable place to position himself for the drop. Placing himself very high by the looks of it. So if his feet cut, they won't hit the ground, or maybe going back, reconsidering his options. Oh, don't tip it now. Can't find that ledge on the back with the feet. I don't think staying on the side is quite the way to go, but he's finally found where to go. Has a little jolt back, but keeps his grip strong. But the vertical limit is a different story. Completely different test of the fingers. Gonna go back for seconds. Hopefully can be a little more secure. Find his stride a little quicker than that. Peeling off, Jaden, no!
Just too much force coming down and not enough grip to hold on.
Still though, Jaden looking strong throughout the rest of this. It was really down to the cliff tilt. As we've said time and time again, it is a nightmare of an obstacle. Jump over to the second. Nice to see. Just gonna keep on keeping on. Only uses 2 of the pistons. Nice. Being crafty there with the pistons. But this, I don't know if any amount of craftiness can really help you through it. Oh, hooked a little too high in a place not allowed to hook. Oh, that back one denies him and he just tosses it in the air. It was a great throw out of Jaden. And a great effort as well. It's down to that cliff toss. That is, frankly, just super difficult. Justin Heights.
Up next is going to be Justin Heights coming out of center court. You can see he's got all the chalk on his shorts, man. He is ready to go.
Maybe he could do with some slap chalks.
Big pull back. Looking strong.
Ooh, nice. So far, not a problem. Which is expected, but great to see. Justin, ooh, stay off the floor. It's a little scary when you're so low down and the feet cut. Those vertical limits. Oh, dig deep here. The lock-off's starting to fade. He's hanging on it straight-armed. Oh, so close.
Yeah, you're going to need a bit of a lock-off there in order to give yourself the height to still catch that cliffhanger. Otherwise, you're just going straight forward. And if you're going straight forward, you're not going to get over the top of that cliffhanger.
That's Justin being forced to do it again. Falling near the end of an obstacle is so tough, but I'm sure Justin can make the most of it here. Oh. Walking off here, this might be the way to go, but the grip gives. Oh, this is brutal. I keep saying it, but I mean, it's the fact of the matter. Ooh, little twist. And he comes off on the backswing. At least he grabbed it, though. Grabbing this out, going into the second board, almost lost his place there. Justin gonna wrap it up. That's gonna do it for his run. Maybe a little frustrated, but frankly, this course is really, really tough.
All right, Alexi Shsterman coming out of the Ninja Lab is our next athlete. I think we're just waiting on some obstacle resets and a thumbs up from the ref. Here we go. Light work of these
Skate
first
round.
two obstacles, no surprise. Oh, starting locked off, has zero swing there. Had to, yep. It's probably best to save those lock-offs for later obstacles.
Yeah, I imagine that with lock-offs, you probably don't want to use lock-offs while you swing. But either way, Alexi, this is a place where he's going to be rewarded for locking off. Getting nice and high, using that skinny ledge as a foothold. Ooh, this is looking really good. Alexi, one more swing.
Come
No,
on.
okay.
Yes! Nicely done. Gonna find himself in 8th place right now. And that's how you know things are getting real. Clearing that 5th obstacle only gets you 8th right now.
Still, though, it's rather tough to get through it. 8 athletes after nearly 25, that's still an accomplishment. In and of itself, he misses the ledge. Couldn't hold
Windshield
on.
whip. Like you said, the sleeper of the course.
Yeah, he lost the right hand, couldn't recover. But Alexi got one more shot at it. Still has plenty of time. No!
So unfortunate there to see him go down. Windshield whip taking another athlete out.
Still, though, quick work of this. Easy money for Alexi. Oh, the right hand hatchet just gives. Yeah, if you don't have it just right, any amount of force can just jolt it out of where you want it to rest. Oh, that's tough. Alexi, I think, is going to call it there. Still, though, one of the few to make it through the cliff tilt. Caleb Kawasaki gonna be coming up next. As you can see, though, only 8 have gotten through it. Just such a brutal obstacle. Caleb, let's see if he can bring something to the table. Here, he bonks his head there on the door. He looks to be okay, though. And obviously didn't use any retries. Oh, was that a dab? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think the ref had to call that one there.
Yeah, foot tap. Don't want it to happen, Instagram clip or otherwise.
Gets it the second time around. Now for the part where his feet won't be a problem, but he's got to use his grip. I don't know if yeah, I'd rotate the other way. And oh, just drops down there. Was trying to rotate his body to the right, but his right arm would have been his leverage arm, so I don't think that would have worked, but regardless, still a great run.
Building up a lot of swing here. He knows how to navigate the TikTok, but the cliff...
He overshot that. He put a little too much into that. Went too far forward.
Nice, Nico. Let's go.
Oh, similar case where just it jolts itself out of the pocket. Caleb, though, it was a solid performance.
All right, Jonas Timopilis, another power parkour athlete.
Jonas has been doing this for 6.5 years. Favorite thing in Ninja is stuff that involves power and also the flying bar. So maybe this will be up his alley. This is really power based in a way. He also likes backflips. So I'm really hoping after this run he busts out a backflip.
You know, maybe a celebratory buzzer backflip if he can get there, which so far, halfway through the course, tipped over to the right, but like you said, could use that step to save himself. He's going to build up enough power here to catch this cliff, probably on his next swing here on windshield whip.
Oh!
Yeah, came at it with his hips too far back. The problem is, I think his upper body was in a great spot, but when your hips are so far back, they will kick you forward, and that's why you kind of put the whip in windshield whip. You don't want to whip necessarily for that exact reason.
Okay, Jonas. Second time's the charm. Yes! Not wasting any extra time. He wants to get to the final obstacle as quick as possible. Of course, if he beats this, it would be a moot point, but time will tell. Getting a swig of water.
Currently in third place off of time. I'd love to see someone jump into first.
Maybe he's resting this out, wants to give himself one really good attempt at this. Does have enough for 2, I'd say, but typically if you fall, especially late on, then you're not going to have it for the second attempt. So you might as well put all your eggs into one basket and risk it for the biscuit. Oh no! He dropped the hatchet, but luckily was able to recover it off the floor. Will not take a retry. Oh, careful. He's facing.
Now he's got to pull over. It's been a minute since we've seen someone make it this far.
Losing a lot of time and energy. Oh, no. Gonna take a retry there. But I think he might still be able to do this if he does it fast enough. But he's got to go now. He does not have time to lose. No, he touches down on the floor. Oh. Just like that. It's going to do it for Jonas's run. That will put him on the podium for the time being. But we approach our halfway point with Nick Menorio, one of the strongest athletes I've seen in the young adult division. He might have what it takes. Sprinting through already. But knows to slow it down here for the cliff tilt. He knows this is serious business.
Nick Menorio, genuinely one of the athletes I think could take home the win today at regionals. He's showing very, very much why right now. It's super smooth.
Ahead of
Not
James.
wasting any time. It's only been 40 seconds, and he's on the windshield whip. Hasn't used any retries either. Now, if he can get through this obstacle in the next 10 seconds, just like that, he's in first place off of time by quite a bit. Now it's just going to be him versus the hatchets. He's got 2 attempts at this if he needs them. Hopefully he can do it in 1 and become our first finisher. Whoa! That first hatchet really slipping out.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of slip outs here, but coming towards the end, could this be it? Nick, come on. Is he going to swing for it? Oh, wait, a
he's gonna
skip!
it. Did he get it?
Did he get
Oh,
it?
no!
No!
Go back. He foot tapped. He foot tapped at the edge of the platform. And he stopped his timer, which means that we're going to have to make some adjustments to his time. Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Teasing us there. Okay, one more try. Can Nick do it? Is he going to go for the skip? I mean, he probably would have to, right? I don't know. It's either commit or do something else. He feels no. And what I thought was a buzzer turned bittersweet. Nick Menorio, he is in first place, but it could have been so much more. It's still the fastest pace we've seen to the final obstacle by a wide margin, 49 to that point.
Well, his time will be adjusted on the leaderboard there. It will not say finished with 10 points. He will still have 9 for those cleared obstacles. So a buzzer will still put you in first place, but at the moment, Nick Menorio at the top of the leaderboard.
Man, that's tough. Nick Menorio was definitely one of the guys that I could have seen finish this course.
He was definitely one of my picks as well. And it's unfortunate, but Austin Zigger now has the chance to really push the pace here.
Yep, we enter the back half of the field. Again, generally more experienced and more points with time. So Austin, definitely a noteworthy athlete.
All right, and for the pop, ooh, he's got straight arms. He's gonna have to really pull, and he got it. Smooth moves there.
Leachch off that like it was just a regular old bar, but you go, Austin. Nice. Catches it just nicely as well. Perfect amount of swing off that TikTok. And he's already on his way to the final obstacle. Could Austin be the first finisher? Oh, careful there on that backswing. That could have popped out, but Austin clearly placed it in the right area, but not that time.
Oh.
Still, though, I think he has enough for one more good attempt. That's all he can do now. Oh, not again, Austin. No. The hatchet just rejecting him there. I'll put him in third, though, for what it's worth. A great pace to that point, but still not able to close it out with a finish. As we move into our next athlete, here gonna be Ethan Jacobs out of High Exposure, right?
Yep, that would be a high exposure shirt. All right. Taking his time here. See, the thing is now, you have to make it past cliff tilt. It doesn't matter how quickly you get to it now. So, definitely important to just take your time. Make sure your strategy and energy are all intact. And you commit to whatever you plan.
Honestly, for the time being, I wouldn't be so worried about the time. Of course, getting high on the leaderboard would be very important, but more importantly than that, I would want to go for a buzzer here. Ethan
Ooh,
taking
he
a
went
lot
from
of...
locked off to dead hangs, and he peels off. Yeah, it only hits the front side of that cliffhanger, not really getting on top. Like to see a little more height.
I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can go about this course. You can race to the end just for insurance, to where you'll place high on the leaderboard, but you may not have what it takes to beat the final obstacle in energy. Or you could put all your eggs into one basket, just disregard the clock, but Ethan can't hold on.
And the cliff tilt takes another name. Unfortunate there.
Got a lot of swing facing forward. That will save him the effort of jumping, but it is harder to gain the swing necessary. Still, though, looking strong, even after the cliff tilt mishap. Ethan, he knows what he's doing here. Oh, swinging kind of out of control here. But his shoulder kind of reaches its, I don't know, range of motion, and it rotates him back. Gonna get an attempt, or so I thought at the final move. The hatchet pops out. Ethan going to call it there. Still, though, a solid run. Even after an early fall, was able to have a little bit of fun on the course, and that's what really matters. Okay, Owen Waters, the Gravity Forge athlete here.
Ooh, I think he's gonna be... Yep, got a little warning from the ref to not touch the black.
Yep, looks like he'll be let off with a warning, though. So, all good there. Reaching up high on the footholds. Careful. He's got it. No problem. And that's a good
Make
pace.
the catch. He should have the power here. And the grip is great. He absorbed that really well. Looked very smooth. I think he wanted chalk, and I think his coach might have just said, nah, just go. Sure enough, his time to that point does put him in third place. Now he's chalking up and getting ready for those hatchets. No retries used. He's going to have one if he needs it.
Yeah, keeping it clean. That's good to see. But, I mean, it all comes down to this, right? This obstacle is so ridiculous. Ooh, careful there. Lost it. Gonna reset. I think he can reach out for it. Maybe, but he loses the hatchet. Gonna have to take a retry.
He's gonna take a drop here. Yeah, a tactical reset. That's what we call those.
I don't think he lost too much time or energy from it though. So he'll have, yeah, a little extended rest. Ooh, nice. He stretched out and it paid off, saved the move. But missing this. No! In second time. Can't make it. Look at that jump on the TikTok. Caught it nice and close. Knew how to absorb the impact. Thus, we move into, I believe, our 30th run of the division. Dominic Mason out of high exposure. Dominic. I mean, there wasn't any doubt on those first four. It really does come down to this. Nice and close here to absorb the impact. You kind of got to go with the flow there.
Trying to figure out how he's going to properly grip this. He might be thinking that there's a lower perch for him there with his legs. Not really the smartest move. You want to keep it kind of tight so you're not swinging too much, but he didn't have the security that he needed in his hands. This really is a full body obstacle.
Gotta go again, Dominic. Will the second try be the charm? Oh. Okay. I don't know if his hand is in the right spot as well, like in terms of rotation.
Yeah, he needs to be grabbing that higher hold up on his right.
He's super stretched
He's
out.
in a good spot, but it just, yeah, he was too low with every other part of his body there. That's all right, though. He's going to keep moving. Light work of those two following obstacles there.
Eyeing it, trying to gauge the distance necessary to cover the gap, but it's not quite enough. Couldn't hold on. Again, the Pistons aren't... Ooh. Don't call that commentator's curse. But Dominic, he's okay. Just doing this for the fun of it. You know, the rig kind of comparable to a world setting. World Championship. Which, considering his placement, he might have a shot at seeing. So, a little experience on what a rig like that would be like. I mean, hey, going for the move. Lock off. He can't hold it, and the hatchet just flies out of his grasp. Dominic gonna call it there. Still, though, strong effort on this final obstacle. We haven't seen too many people make it to that final edge. So more power to you. We're down to our final 20, Kane. This is looking increasingly dire.
You know, I do think that a clear is still on the table. I didn't think we'd get too many. I'm hoping for 2. That's my new goal. That's my new wish.
Yeah, man can dream. Maybe Max can pull something out here. Coming in from the factory at Reach. Not wasting any extra time in between obstacles. You know, that edge on the board is very, very tantalizing to grab. But you gotta convince yourself, no, don't do it. Oh, not using the legs very much. Will that be to his benefit? No. Second try, has one more shot at this vertical limit move. Okay, what's he gonna do different? Looks to be placing his legs a little higher. Gives him a better vantage point. Oh, come on, yes. Max out of there. Not gonna have to worry about the cliff tilt any longer. Down to 1:20. I think this is a little bit behind pace. But still has enough to close this out if he can do it. Jumps a little low, but lo and behold, able to close it out. Now a minute as he makes his way off. I don't know if he'll have 2 great attempts, but
50 seconds is maybe enough time to try it twice, but it really is going to come down to how efficient he is with his movements here.
yeah, doesn't want to miss too much on the hooks. It'd be nice to see him skip a couple moves, but might not have the reach for that. Max, no. Can't find it, and down to 15 seconds. If he falls, then I think that's going to be it. Even now, I think he's going to have to hurry for it. Where's that move? No!
Comes up short. Oh, almost gets hit there. Yeah, couldn't fully connect there. He's got 4 seconds, so that's pretty much going to do it for Max.
Yeah, I mean, he's done all he could. That's going to surprisingly put him in 8th. It's weird to imagine.
He tried to go for the skip just for fun. Why not? But still a good try.
Yeah, an act out of desperation, but sometimes you got to do it. Max, though.
I don't even think it was desperation. I think he was just messing around.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to go at like 20 miles per hour to hit the buzzer. 4 seconds left. So, whatever. Have fun with it, if you will. Wow, 10
So our top 10 has entirely made it to the last obstacle now. So that is the new bar that's been set. See how Nathan Sweeney does. Nathan coming out of dexterity. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, Nathan, nothing too crazy. Nice little
Ooh, good pops through.
On the rings there. see, kind of tucking in, but oh, I don't know. I don't know if, you know, kind of bending your arms as much as you can. It can work, but I feel like there's a better way of going about it than that. If we can beat this obstacle on his second go, though, puts him in a relatively dire situation. Going for it again, but way better with the drop.
All right, he's nice and tucked up right now. Good use of the legs to kind of take a little bit of the pressure off his arms. Now to straighten himself out and pop to that cliff. Wow, really floated over there. Maybe that was the camera slow-mo. Maybe that was the technique. Maybe it was both.
You know, some kind of action slow-mo, you know, more power to it, I guess.
I like that. He didn't really run into windshield whip, so he gave it a little kick, so it was already swinging when he entered. And a nice catch there as well. He's making pretty good time here. Should be into the top 10 if he gets through this in the next 5 seconds or so. Yeah, look at that. He's going to be in 7th.
Again, Nathan, I'm sure at this point, just focusing on the buzzer. This final obstacle, such a choke point. Okay. Loses it there, but can still use that platform to guide him where he needs to go. Oh. Just barely out of reach by the looks of it. Trying to jump for it. Hopefully he doesn't lose it there. Looks to be on the edge.
Oh, looks like he got it locked, and he's going to move over. Now for the pull up. Yeah, needs a bend. When you're swinging forward like that and you're on one hand on a cliffhanger, it is going to slip. You have to be able to pull and adjust fast enough to outrun that slip.
Still has one more good shot at it. And he learned from what just went wrong. He's swinging for it. Oh, a skip! No! You can't grab the bar! Nathan, no!
No, it's gotta be with the hatchet. He's like, oh, well, he didn't, I guess he didn't get the memo on that one.
Oh! Just a little bit of miscommunication there. But Nathan, if only you could grab the bar. Still, though, 7th place, not a bad showing, all things considered. Okay, nope.
Summer in Connecticut at the Windsor Ninja Academy.
Great facility there.
Swings on the door drop.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the little things at this point, because our competitor is starting to slowly understand this obstacle, which, crazy to say,
Yep,
but...
so it is going to come down to time and efficiency there.
Okay.
Good use of the legs. He can definitely reach that. He's got a good wingspan. Huge move there by Noah. Great job.
Super strong there. Let's see, gonna roll with the punches here onto the agility discs. Good. Oh, hey, there's Jack Tudrin there. On the side.
Hey.
Nice hop across. Now one more obstacle left to go for Noah. Same verse as the first.
All right, minute 14. He's got a lot of time. If he needs to do this twice, he can, but hopefully he gets this in one.
Oh, loses the hatchet. What? What happened?
Not quite sure.
It's weird.
But he's going to be, he's going to be using his retry on this obstacle.
Okay, well, he's giving it a little rest. Just gonna put all the eggs in the basket, I would say. Maybe when he lost the hatchet there, his foot dabbed on the ground or something. But not gonna make that mistake again.
Well, he's gonna grab for that ledge. Can he pull? Oh, I think he was going for the match and go. It seems like a lot of athletes are trying to abandon doing that move up to the trapeze at all and going straight to the buzzer. We saw Nick Menorio try that, and he got pretty close. So maybe that's the intended beta for our athletes now.
But Alex Smith out of Power Parkour has been doing ninja since 2016, so about 9 years. Has gone to Worlds 7 times, so plenty of experience under this competitor's belt. Can he do it, though? And that's what we've been asking.
His feet for a second, but he's good.
That's what we've been asking like all day.
All right, gets the move. Almost.
Oh.
Every single time you're on your fingers and you're moving to a different ledge, you have to have even the slightest of pulls up. And it just looks like there was a bit of a whiff there on Alex's part. Maybe he didn't pull. All right, he's going to use the top hold there, which I think is a very smart idea. Get that left hand over. Ooh, too much force coming backward. So his run officially ends there.
Skipping that step altogether. Alex just doing what he can. Honestly, had a decent amount of swing, but maybe his positioning was a little off there. Well, Alex, down to the last obstacle. It would be kind of crazy if the first person to beat it was in a little fun run.
That would be unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. I don't think... Does he have the lock off, though? No. And as you can see, if you straight arm it, you either don't have the distance or you are going to peel. So, you know, take one bad with the other bad. Don't do it. We have 12 people, though, who have made it to the final obstacle. Geez, we are getting scarily close. I think we're down to our final 16. Surely soon we will get a finisher. Surely soon. I think all hope is not lost just yet. Of course, the last runner, JJ Black, I think definitely could have a shot. Yep, as you can see, that is nearly the entire remaining run order outside of, I believe, 3 more competitors.
Wow. We really are getting to the home stretch of this division.
Again, looks like we're taking a quick little pause. We will not go to the "we'll be right back," but we will be ready soon enough. But when we're back, this is going to be hopefully the best event that we can make it. Hopefully we will finally see someone break through. That's the dream, right?
You know, I do think that there's some very capable athletes here. I know Mlin Cook can absolutely cook. Devin Henshaw and Jazeeb Ismail absolutely have a shot. Our last runner, JJ Black, I definitely would not sleep on. He is our head-to-head champion. He's been on a tear this season. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get someone, at least someone. And even then, like looking at number 8 on your screen, Sam Pothier, he's got some moves too. So it really is anyone's game right now. I'm still not giving up hope on a clear. Maybe 2.
Well, I think up next is going to be Zane Remy at a Dexterity Depot. Let's see, what are we expecting out of Zane here?
All right, and Zane is off to the races.
Yep, and punchy start to begin. Nice follow through with those rings. Honestly, just kind of gingerly setting himself up on the cliff tilt. Looks so composed. All right, well, Zane onto the TikTok here, building it up, and it didn't take that many swings as well. This is one of the best paces we've seen to this point. Gonna chalk up for the Pistons. I don't know if that was the right way to go. Might have cost him a couple seconds, but that'll put him in 5th nonetheless.
All right.
Doesn't need to chalk up though.
Let's see if he's gonna jump from 5th to 1st.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
Tough slip there.
Kind of looked locked off there. I would like to see that on the ledge. I don't know. You got to be delicate with your movements. Stuff like that can just completely throw you off.
All right. Looks like
up.
he's a little more controlled coming into this attempt.
No!
Oh, and a little too aggressive on that hook. It's so difficult because the answer to this obstacle is lock-offs and leverage, but holding lock-offs at this point in the course after doing so many grip-intensive obstacles is not easy. And it's no surprise that our athletes are struggling here.
And so it seems, I think we're down to our final 15. Counting the names. James Ethan Cooper up to bat. Oh, Oh, and he looks ready to go. Yeah, we're 36 runs in from the looks of it on the leaderboard. But quickly rocketing up. He's actually ahead of Nick Menzorio's pace by about a second. I think he's going to slow it down here, though. You cannot afford to go reckless here, and it shows. Went a little crazy, didn't have the legs on, wasn't sure of his hand placement, and it made him lose his grip. Going to cost him a retry. Striding across into this TikTok. Despite the little misstep there on the cliff tilt, he is making up for it and could still place himself respectably high on the leaderboard. It all could change if he finishes, but it's all down to this. This obstacle asks so much of our competitors. Almost a little too much.
You can see him mapping out his path. Tim Dexter helping him out.
Can't be too aggressive here. Waiting in bated breath. Can he do it? Loses the hatchet.
Slips out, but he should be good. Good save there. Oh my gosh. That hatchet wanting to give. He's got to go to that cliff. All right, now is he going to make the move up to the trapeze, or is he going to skip? He looks like he's going to go for it almost. He takes the fall. That was a pretty close one. He kind of went for like a 180 in the opposite direction where his back was turned instead of forward. Interesting approach there. Now, he still has 54 seconds. That is enough time to take this on again.
Oh, man. That was so close. It's been a while since we've seen someone actually touch the trapeze with a hatchet. Come on, he can't afford to use up too much more time. This obstacle takes a while to do. It keeps slipping. Where is that grip? Throwing that away. Come on. James, no! Oh, he was so close on that first attempt, but his arms just giving out as he tried to make it to this trapeze on his second go. He's going to do it for James's run. Here is Ben Whitmire out of Ninja Mania. Quick bounds through the first 4 obstacles, as to be expected. Okay, well, Ben trying to position himself correctly. He keeps rotating his hand, almost deliberating whether to use it as a cliffhanger or a vertical limit. I think vertical limit, probably the smartest move, because those are, 3-ball climbing limiters, which have rounded ledges. Well, using up one of his retries, going to go again. Can he figure it out now when it counts? Ben, no. A little bit more uncertainty here. He finds that grip that he's been trying to find for about 30 seconds now. No, he had the other hand on the second ledge, but it just wasn't enough. The grip coming undone. Ben just going to carry out the rest of his run. Oh, grabbing the sloped part. Yeah, certain parts of that piston walled off. You have to grab certain sides of it. There we go. One more obstacle.
Let's go, rock climber guys! Represent the Climbnasium, let's go! I do really like rock climbing. Let's go, rock climber guys!
Ooh, going straight armed. It's a little scary, but his height kind of working to his detriment, hanging at the bottom. Makes you touch the floor. And there will be no walking of the dinosaur from there. His run will be over. It's still a strong performance. Just those two obstacles, man. Here we have Brennan Dinger. Just, you know, keeping on, carrying on. Nice. Now finds climbing, as in moving with all four limbs, to be tough. The most challenging obstacle type in his opinion. But let's see, can he work against the grain here? Brennan has 5 dogs and 2 brothers. Would like to make it out to them. No. Okay, going in for number 2. Climbing up near the top. You just got to campus your way through the rest of this. Big pull. There we go. We're getting another deep run here. Brennan doing good. Didn't lose too much time off that retry, so whatever way this goes, it should be a nice run. Ooh, little pop over. Good thing the sloped offside was there. Doing Dexterity Depot proud. Okay, so he's got one obstacle left to go. About a minute or so. Looks like he might be scouting it out according to what might work best for him. Brennan. Oh, almost shoulder rotating like crazy here. Oh no, but he dabbed. Oh no. Down to 45 seconds. Didn't lose too much time or energy, but he needs to go soon. This obstacle takes so long to defeat. Plays volleyball in his spare time. Would love to serve up some justice here. Yeah, kind of overhand here. Oh, locking it in. 25 seconds. Now or never, Brennan. Come on. Oh, no. He was locked off. but the forearms giving way. Oh man, that move. That'll put him just outside of the top 10. Oh man. And to think all this wouldn't have been possible unless he had made it through the cliff toss on his second go. Man, we're running low on people here. Counting the names. Lucas Houseil among the final few. A valiant effort from everyone, but this course has left our athletes with not much left to give. Lucas Houseil, though, looking good so far. Only about a second behind Nick Mensorio's pace. Gonna cut feet there on the drop. Now then, facing the vertical limits. Nice. Big pullback links the dismount as well. That'll put him about 3 seconds ahead. 3 seconds in the green. Might come back in Nick Mensorio's favor, but to get a good time out of the piston lane would be good to see. Not wasting any extra time here. Knows that there is some decently high stakes here. Now, he doesn't go above Nick Mensorio here. So to get first place, he will have to finish. Easy to say, pretty difficult to do. Oh no, thought he had it there. Gonna race himself on the platform. Has nearly 100 seconds in the tank. Doesn't need to go this fast. He could probably give it just one good attempt, but you know he's hungry for a finish here. Dropping the hatchet. What's it gonna be? He's going for the lock-off. What? Oh no, he tried to match while holding the hatchet. Give himself a little bit more to work with. It was a smart idea, but man, I don't know if we'll have it going back into it. A minute left. Can probably rest for a little longer. Okay, sizing it up, waiting patiently. Can he be the first finisher? Dropping that hook. Oh, is he going for the skip? No! No! Oh, no! The board going back on him. I don't know, that feels a little fishy to me. Is that board supposed to rotate like that? I feel like he might be eligible for a rerun here. I don't know, that seems a little fishy to me. We saw it move a little bit under Nick Mensorio's run, but we just kept it rolling. I think that might be grounds for an obstacle malfunction. Looks like we will take a little bit to decide. So Connor Brown is going to be iced right now on the start line. But Lucas, regardless of how his rerun, potentially rerun, goes, he still will be in the top two the way it stands. Definitely going to be guaranteed a high placement going into the flow course, no matter which way you cut it.
That's true. On the rerun, they take the better of whichever run it is. So even if his rerun he doesn't make it back to the hatchets, they will count this first run, and he will still remain in second place, at least for the time being. There's still 10 runners to go after him. I don't know. When I saw it pivot, I don't know if it was big enough to fully deem a rerun. I wouldn't be upset if they gave him a rerun, though. I think both would be fair calls.
Yeah, I think currently in dispute. Again, Connor Brown getting iced in the meantime. Hopefully still going to be able to stay frosty before his run. We have, I think, 11 runs, give or take 11, 12. So if a rerun does come into action, hopefully we'll give him a little bit of time to rest. Stay frosty, you know, but not be super duper pumped and tired given the circumstances. He's basically going to be running this course twice all the way through. It looks like they're tightening that, so I don't know. I think a rerun might be in the cards.
Perhaps that means that we will get a rerun for Lucas.
Do it for me.
I noticed the pivot in Nick Manzorio's run. I don't think it would have made much of a difference. It only pivoted a little bit, but maybe that was just something that kind of loosened it up. I mean, we've seen a lot of competitors take on this obstacle. Plenty of weight being pulled on that pivot point. So, I don't know.
Well, for now, it looks like Connor is standing up at the starting block, ready to go. If Lucas is being granted a rerun, we will be giving him some time to rest, so that way he's not running super pumped. And right now, Connor is on the attack through those first 3 obstacles very smoothly. 4, sorry.
Yep, has been doing Ninja for 9 years. Didn't compete last year. He broke all major bones in his foot/leg while training Ninja. Youch.
Yeah, it says he has a plate and 9 screws in his foot now. In his foot/leg. And he likes hanging out with his friends. Well,
Yeah.
in terms of the lower body stuff, he doesn't have to worry about any foot problems anymore. He's through those balance obstacles. Nice link through the windshield whip as well. And he's already on the last obstacle here. We've approached the hatchets in 47 seconds, which does put him in first place ahead of Nicholas Manzorio.
Ooh, this could be something special, but what's it gonna be? Can he be the first to do it?
He looks pretty chill right now. He doesn't look very tired. Obviously, he just had to move very fast, but at the same time, it looks like he's got a lot of gas left in the tank. Look at that pull. Now he's going to have to pull up again. He's going to go back to the hatchet for a second. He might be switching his hands here. Yep. So he wants to turn himself around towards his chest to the trapeze. Yes! Connor Brown!
Way!
Let's
Connor!
go! A minute 40, and he is our first finisher in the division. What a run. That was as clean as it could get, ladies and gentlemen. That was a perfect run. No retries either.
Oh, man. It's about time. It's about time we saw someone break through that final obstacle. Oh, man, that feels so good. I can't imagine what it feels like to be Connor right now.
And just taking a look at the run order, Lucas Houseil will be getting a rerun. He will be the last runner in our wave, so we're going to give him some time to rest. We are now down to the last 11 runners with that. Ty Gilmore. Another
Ty.
Wow, huge pulls. Great work there. Now, as a reminder, we're in our final 11 runners. You can expect high levels of skill here. These are the athletes who place the highest in the regular season standings.
Oh, there we go. Found his grip now. A little stretched out, but Ty able to adjust. I feel like I've seen him around the Ninja Sphere before.
Oh, a slip on the vault rail. Haven't seen too many of those today, but he's going to get a retry.
Doing okay here. Trying to get out to this board here. Easy money. Ty Gilmore making great work of this. That will put him pretty high on the leaderboard. This is being compared, of course, to Connor's pace. So, even 10 seconds ahead, not too bad. That'll put him in 6th.
Still has plenty of time here and a retry in the chamber if he needs it. Trying to stay smooth and controlled here. Now we just saw Connor Brown take this obstacle down. Ty looks like he's leaving room for his other hand here. Yeah, I think he wants that skip, and honestly the backswing looked good. He just didn't aim his other hand properly there.
Yeah, no, definitely, but one more attempt.
If he can coordinate his hands a little better, I think we have a real shot at seeing a big beta break.
Looking strong here, though.
Just tosses the hatchet over.
Yeah,
oh, he's going for the move. Whoa, he's hanging. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed by the fact that he was able to hang on one hand on that cliff for that long. That was some smooth stuff, but unfortunately couldn't regroup in time and then just gave out.
It's a tough point in the course, even though we've seen one person beat it. I mean, we've seen... Okay, well, 1 point's coming off the board, but Ty still gonna be respectably high for where he got in the time that he did it. I believe he would be 6th on the leaderboard. And now we are down to our final 10 runs of the division. I don't know, the morale's kind of up, because we've finally got a finisher through. We finally know it's possible. Yeah. So I'm excited going forward. I don't think we'll see too many more finishers. I don't think that's going to be the standard going forward, but I don't know. Feeling a lot better going into this final 10 than I did the previous 10, you know?
Yeah, this will be a very interesting one. Now we've seen the buzzer been hit, and I'm coming in this with a new pep in my step personally. I feel like I caught my second one watching that buzzer by Connor Brown, so pretty excited here. Sam Pothier is going to be our next athlete up. An athlete coming out of center court. He is a 5-time world champion. He loves cliffhangers, which will be good for this course. He does ninja for fun and doesn't take it too seriously. He said we're free to bully him during his run, which, I mean, I'm not a bully, but if I see something bad here, I'll call you out on it, Sam. I got you.
Oh,
He
what?
just skipped everything. That's crazy. Nah, that's actually outrageous.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Sprinting.
So it's gonna be one of those runs. All right.
Well, Sam, this is great to see. Oh, grab that on the wrong side. Doesn't want to grab it like a cliff. Oh, what's the point?
Oh
what?
My goodness. He really
Sam.
just went. Was he gonna try and link out of that?
Dude, Sam is crazy. Sam is going crazy.
Sam, you're throwing. You're literally throwing. You need to stop this. Do
Nah,
better,
I don't.
Sam. My goodness, Sam. Nah.
I don't think
he's
that's the
gonna-
strat. Yeah.
Nah, I think he's gonna take a more traditional approach. Hopefully, he can get it first try now. Very solid though.
I'm still reeling from that though. He was going
It was fun.
bonkers right out of the gate.
It was a fun one.
I think he needs to dial it back just a little bit though. I like the recklessness, but
I was gonna say you're gonna need a lot of power here on windshield whip, so I don't think you should dial anything back.
Well, the craziness. The power. I didn't say anything about power.
Oh, I am willing to bet we're about to get something crazy on this obstacle.
Loves cliffs, so maybe this will be in his favor. Is he going to be the first to make the skip work?
I wouldn't be surprised. Given his track record of trying to skip on obstacle 5 and just jumping over the first obstacle entirely, I would not be surprised.
Ooh, nice
he misses. But he resets. No retries used.
Okay. Almost there. I think this is going to
Seems
be...
to be steady on the hatchet. Oh, and it just popped out.
That scared
I
me.
think it hit him. Yeah, I think it hit him on the way down.
Ouch. Still has a minute left. This is more than enough. Sam, gotta be careful though. Really gotta thread the needle here.
All right, here we go. Yeah, he's going for that skip. Nope. He's
Yes!
not. He's killing. Sam Papier gets the buzzer. 2:15. We're going to put him in second place.
Oh, now we're starting to see it. Can we? Oh, I thought we were about to get a look at that crazy move again, but still, there were some insane moves at the beginning. Rounded out with a finish. Looks like up next we have Ryan Tudrin. There's Jack Tudrin on the side. Great to see the support. Okay, we have liftoff. Ryan beginning his run. Jack ran, I believe, on Friday.
Yes, Jack competed in the adult division. This is his younger brother.
Let's see, dial.
All right, holds on tight. You can see Ryan, he's a pretty long man. He's pretty tall. So maybe he'll be able to use his reach and size to his advantage here. You can see him really tucking in, though. That's going to be a little tricky for him, but this reach shouldn't be a problem. Oh, just jumps at it a little too much, and you don't really want to jump at it. You really want to just give it a nice reach, and he has the reach.
Yeah, I don't know. Vertical limit grips, they don't play around, really. If you try to do something it's just a little out of line, it will bite you. Ryan gonna have to be a little more wary of that going into the vertical limit grip now. Oh, grabbing from the opposite end, almost like a cliff. I think he's got to turn it around, but it's not going to be enough. Ryan coming undone on the cliffs. Just trying to gauge it from here. A forward-facing jump. Smart move, but can't quite hang on. I think he just didn't have himself positioned just right. Didn't give himself quite enough room to breathe, I think. But still, down to one more obstacle. Let's see if Ryan can close this out. He doesn't think that that was a valiant enough effort going for seconds. Ooh, an enormous reach.
Huge reach. That was cool. And now for the move up. No, he didn't have that. No lockoffs there.
But still pretty thrifty with the skip there, which comes with the length, I'd reckon. I don't think a lot of our competitors could pull it off. They could pull it off, I think, but they'd have to be a lot more stretched out to do it, and this obstacle punishes being super swingy or stretched out. It can just knock you out in a second. Anyway, up next is going to be Ben Berliner Culvin. Favorite obstacles are the laches, skyhooks, and deja vu.
Says his favorite obstacle type is campusing movements, which is pretty much exactly what the cliff tilt is, so hopefully he'll feel right at home here. Comes from the Bronx and trains at Empire Ninja over in Yorktown. Ooh, holds on tight.
Should feel a little more in control once he climbs up. Oh no! Yeah, he was a little stretched out there. I do believe he is on the shorter end of things. Still, I think he's more than capable of beating this. Oh, hold on. Keeping his feet kind of low. He's got to bring himself a little closer to the sun, but he gets burnt there. Still, though, able to carry on, take on the rest of the course. I mean, you came all this way, might as well give it all you got. Ooh, I think was a little low on the takeoff. Coach stops the TikTok for him. Alrighty. Gonna try it again. Oh, got one hand on it. Couldn't follow through though and commit to it. Makes it to the platform. I think he might be a little low on time though. Okay, well, he's eyeing it up. Let's see, might be able to try something here. Oh, barely dodges that hatchet as well. The hatchet's out for blood. Yep, 10-second warning. Oh, and that's gonna do it. Ben. It's just those two obstacles that can really be tough. And the third sleeper pick. For what it's worth, he did everything he could. Beat what he could. It's just, yeah, those three obstacles that are tough. But Mlin Cook. Heard good things about him. And he's making great work of the early parts of this course. Gotta slow it down maybe a hair. Just so you don't tip it over prematurely. Oh, wait.
A little bit of a... I think he might have touched something that was out of play. Maybe something that was black.
Might have used the board. Okay, we'll retry. Impending. Needs to be a little careful with what he touches here. Climbing up. Oh, nice. And high as well. But gotta be careful.
To reach just like that. That's what I was looking for out of Ryan. And looks like Mlin has done exactly that. He's going to move right through into the vault rails. And not waste any time. Now on the windshield whip. Those agility discs not proven to be a problem for anyone today.
All right.
Oh! Just doesn't get enough on. Gonna have to try again. Had his hips a little too far forward, and it just peeled him out.
Yeah, it took a pretty hefty spill there. He's okay. Luckily, these stages are very padded. We take pride in creating the safest event possible for our athletes. Mlin.
Take a look here, Kane. He's at the final obstacle. He's in 12th place. The only way he jumps higher up is if he clears this obstacle, and he has to do it in one try since he's used both of his retries.
Yeah, I got a one-shot it.
Precision and caution are so important here. It's almost like a chess match.
That's the name of the game.
But swiping at it sends him all over the place, and that's going to do it. A little too wild there.
Yeah, honestly, when you get stuck like that, it would probably help to not flail around and just kind of go with the flow, honestly. Because, honestly, if you wriggle too much, it's just going to make it worse. But Mlin still giving himself a reasonably high spot.
All right. Devin Henshaw now out on the course. Nice reach and pull.
Yep, Devin. Ooh, a little drop there. But nothing he can't handle. Representing Nova Ninja.
Nice move.
Nice quick strides across the two balance obstacles. Beat him in almost one fell swoop. Just the perfect amount of swing there. Devin keeping it clean as well. This will be great for his overall standings. And he makes it to the platform. That'll put him in 6th place. Oh, having trouble here. Rotating like mad. Gotta go back.
Locks in. Now he's going over to that cliff. On one hatchet now. Is he going to go for the skip or the move? It looks like the move. Not enough pull there at all. Really got to question how pumped he might be. 117 left.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to go through this obstacle. I don't know how it is to do it twice, though. Just picking up the hatchets. Doing his magic, maybe. This is it there. Oh.
Almost. Gotta hook it up.
Trying to just skip it directly there. Well, not really skip. You're not really skipping anything, but Devin, one more shot for all the marbles.
Oh,
ouch!
Feels out. Again, just lacking the lock off there.
Yeah, I mean, still a great run, though. Gonna place him, I mean, at worst, he might get bumped out of the top 10, but still a minute flat to get there is a great time to that point. We're down to our final 5 runs as well. Jazib going to be one of them. and I've heard great things about this kid.
Yeah, I think Jazeeb has more than what it takes to be our next finisher. I've seen him in the Premier Series quite a bit, tear up these courses.
And
No
look at
surprise,
that.
a quick work of everything. Oh my goodness! Tried to pull through the ring and actually didn't make full contact with it. So I'm gonna take a split second there. Having a retry burnt on that obstacle, very surprising, and not something you want to lose right away.
Okay, well, looks like going to be going back for seconds. Not going to lose too much time, though. On the bright side of things, taking it a lot safer on that go. Nice grab on the vertical limit. Finds campusing movements the most challenging obstacle type, but you wouldn't get that from what you just saw. Ooh, one swing and he's off.
Gets the catch as well.
Ooh, this is a great time.
Yes, it's actually the fastest time we've seen to this point. So he's in a great position to clear. Question now is going to be a matter of technique and endurance.
Yeah, well, he's in the top 3. No matter which way you stretch it, but he does have what it takes to defeat this. I believe moving with obstacles is his favorite obstacle type. I think that is classified as something like this.
There's a little bit of campusing, a little bit of objects in the hand. You can see him really trying to rely on pulling with the shoulders.
Oh,
just
no.
It's all right. He's got 1 minute and 28 seconds. He can take a little rest for his final attempt.
Yep, more than enough. 1 minute 20. I don't think he'll get the fastest time, but a finish would still be huge. I think at this point, though, no matter what happens, he will be in 3rd place based on time. But a finish would be very nice. Oh, I don't know what the plan was there.
Yeah, unsure, but still a very good time to that point. Gonna put Jazeeb in a very good spot on the leaderboard by the time all the runs are done.
Definitely, that puts him in 3rd place. Well, again, we are in our final 3, and then we get to Lucas's rerun. So we'll get to there. When we get to there, Weston Justice, the Kinetic.
Looks like Weston is off. Big pop up. He's been training very hard this season. He, I believe, is in our top 3 in the season rankings.
It would look to be the case. Weston, nice, getting nice and high.
Great moves. These athletes are really starting to tear through this course.
Yeah, and it's great to see.
Got to jump out on the windshield whip. Ooh, good catch. Nice static. He should be good to pull back and go. And put him in 6th place. It's also worth noting that on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, folks, you can see that Jazeeb's run is marked as under review. Not sure what for. but perhaps the ref saw something that we could not on the cameras.
I do believe a point needs to be removed as well, but that's something we can do in time. Weston, this is his time to shine. Oh,
nice walk off. Look at that.
Might have it for the big transfer to the trapeze. Oh no, it was in there.
He's got to secure that hatchet first, and he's swinging a lot.
Okay,
there we go.
What's it going to be for Weston? Come on, big pull up here. No!
Oh. Good try. That's still got a minute. Now, something that we've neglected to talk about this one, Kane. I keep mentioning you need to have a lock off. You need to pull up to a lock off when you're grabbing that cliffhanger. That's a pretty wide grab, and the wider the grab is, the harder it is to do a pull up. I don't know if you knew that, but
well, yeah, wide grip pull ups are harder than ones where they're touching.
So, in general, doing that on a cliffhanger and a hatchet, not super easy.
Not a great combination of objects to pull up on.
Oh,
no!
He just missed the cliff. So close.
Rough. Weston. I mean, he beat most of the course with ease. It was just this final move that consistently gave him trouble. But still an incredible performance. We are down to our final 3, 2 runs and a rerun. Gonna be Milo, Papito, and JJ Black. We'll have Lucas's rerun. See if Milo can do something great here. Representing New York Ninja Academy, you can see Coach Darian there. Milo absolutely killing it so far. Loses the feet, but able to maintain grip. These vertical limits, though, he's got to find the right way to hold it.
He's got good grip. Let's just not hang for too long. Nicely done.
Good to see. The vault rails pop straight for the platform. Doesn't even need the step. Milo's got pep in his step. Approaching the TikTok. And wow, 59.63. Out of the windshield whip. That might put him a little behind, but still in the top 10. Ooh, clean so far.
Stay smooth. And he gets the grab. Now, what's the strategy? He's going to reach and he gets it. Yes, we're going to get our 3rd clear. Milo Papito, 140.6. Just puts him 0.6 behind Connor Brown for a 2nd place finish.
One of the few today to really lock that off, and he wears Coach Darian's hat as celebration. Yes.
That was huge.
That was really huge. Your prediction of 2 finishers has been usurped, I guess.
I will happily take the loss on that one. Yes. All right.
Nice clear
so
thing.
That brings us to our 2nd to last run. JJ or Jeffrey Black. JJ is the head-to-head champion. You can tell by how fast he's moving through this first half of the course.
Ooh, climbing really high up. That's a smart move because that puts him right where he needs to go. Jeffrey, yes. Also number 1 in the young adult division. Might be number 1 in power rankings. Which, again, power rankings, not the best metric, but if you're number 1, then you have to be insane And Jeffrey is killing it. Well, far in the lead for non-finishers, but he could definitely close this out. More than capable.
He's got lots of time. If he gets this in one attempt, he will have the fastest time. I think that's the only way he gets the fastest time.
Careful here, JJ. Ooh. Can walk off here. Looks like he's trying something here.
No! Yeah. Oh! So close there. Now he's got about 12 seconds to do this if he wants to beat Connor Brown's time. And with that, I mean, Milo Papito's right behind Connor there. So if he doesn't do it in 12 seconds, he's dropping to third with a buzzer. We shall see.
Oh, man. Okay. Just got real, but still capable of clearing this out. Has one more attempt. Can he avoid...
He's going for the skip here, Kane. He's going
oh,
for the
my
skip.
gosh. Will he do it?
What? Oh, foot tap.
No!
Oh, man. I thought he had that one.
Where did he foot tap?
Probably right at the edge here. I want to see this again.
Oh,
Yeah,
the back foot.
His back foot. Yep.
The buzzer hit it. Oh,
Good try. Good try. Puts him in 4th place. There's a small chance that he could bump down to 5th, but there's one more runner. Lucas Houseil, who's currently in 7th, is going to get his rerun now. If he does worse on this run, his 7th place run will stand. We always take the better of our 2 runs here in the World Ninja League. But if he outperforms his previous run, he'll go up on the leaderboard. His last run was 53 seconds to the final obstacle.
All right.
Let's see
well,
for one if he
Lucas off
can
to the
match that or beat it. We just saw JJ Black get to the final obstacle in 44 seconds, so we know it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, running the course twice, you know, I guess it's all about, you know, staying with the flow, linking that dismount. Nice.
Wow. All right, should have the power to go. Gets the catch. Wow, that was a huge leap out. It's been 40 seconds. Whoa. He didn't even grab where the lips were on the pistons. He's just going for it. And that's going to put him in 5th with a 45-second run just behind JJ Black. He could jump up, though, with a clean attempt here. Now he's made it through the hatchet portion of this obstacle. It was the cliff. It started to pivot on him. There's a strategy here. He's going to give it a swing, no launch.
No!
No, definitely a foot tap there. I don't think he actually got a foot on the platform.
Right, well, Lucas gonna go in for seconds. I don't think he'll get the fastest time, but still a buzzer well within the realm of possibility. Going into 3rd or so would definitely be nice. Oh no!
He dropped down. Clearly frustrated there, but gonna jump up from 7th to 5th from his previous run, so nothing to be too upset about there. Of course, a buzzer would have been nice.
I think it's a fine compromise, though, that'll keep him well within contention of getting the podium or perhaps winning. You never know what's going to happen. But, man, that's going to do it for the young adult division here on the challenge course. That was a long one, but I'm very grateful. We have a whole podium of finishers there. Connor Brown, Milo Papito, and Sam Pothier. Man, I'm so happy about that. But yeah, any closing thoughts here?
No, it was a very action-packed, strategic beta break-in wave, and I'm excited to see what happens next, because on this challenge course we will be shifting over for the preteen male division. So I'm excited to see how athletes at the age of 11 and 12 take on a more scaled down, sizable version of this course. With that though, you can, if you want to follow the young adult male division, they are going to be running the flow course later today. Be sure to check out all of the action on the World Ninja League YouTube page. Thank you.